Hey guys, I'm Dr. Sebastian Gonzales with Performance Play Sports Care. I'm going to show you how to use this ball as well as some other floor work to really improve how your hip functions and how it feels. Now, it's really common to have hip pain within the crease and within the gluteal region, which is kind of in and around here. Now, there's different types of conditions that can create that, but keep in mind that a lot of times a good mobilization strategy as well as a strengthening strategy to really feed the ball into the socket really tends to help out a lot. So this is one of the flows that I go through with my patients. So we're going to take a ball right here and we're just going to explore a little bit, okay? So let's take this ball and I'll pull up my shirt a little bit so you can see. And then, so we're first going to feel down, kind of slide down the side of the body until you hit a bump right there, and that's called the iliac crest. So we're just going to put this ball into the iliac crest area and just kind of roll around a little bit. And we're just going to explore and kind of make those muscles happy. It's not uncommon for areas where there's pain and discomfort developing and the joint's not happy is the muscles tend to lock down and guard, and it's trying to protect you for a little bit of time. Sorry, my belt's in the way there. Okay, so I'm going to go below the belt and just going to explore the glutes, and you're going to find out there's a couple spots that are really just more tender than others, and just kind of hang in there and just kind of knead those knots out of there, okay? After you're done in that area, you might want to go a little bit more towards the side. And again, we're going to hang below that crest right there. And there's going to be this little specific little gully right there, which is really one of the best areas to go. There's a bone down here that you probably shouldn't go below it, so just kind of hang into there, okay? So I usually spend about a minute or so there, and even a minute or so on the other side, okay? After that, we're going to get rid of this ball, and we're going to start to supply a little bit of load in the area. Now this is going to look like a pigeon stretch, but it's really not, okay? This is our 90-90 shin box position. As I spin this way, we have our 90s right there. And all we're going to do is just kind of levitate. And so we're going to hinge from the hip right here and start to lean down the line, okay? Now, we're leaning down the line and staying fairly straight with it. I don't really want you to get too slack because I want you to load into that hip versus the spine, at least in this one. So we're going to lean into it right there. And some people are going to feel a little bit of a pinch point right there, all right? And if that does happen, let's move the line a little bit. So we're not going to be here. We might be here a little bit, just for now. So the thing about certain movements is you don't want to demonize movement and say you can't do that ever again. It's just not right at this point in time until you start incorporating that back and you get a little bit more of exposure to it. Kind of like eating too much ice cream. Let's say you can handle like 1 scoop of ice cream, but if you do 3 scoops of ice cream, you might have some GI problems. You might have some stomach problems. This is the same. So we're just going to load into this a little bit, and you should feel the back part of the hip there start to kind of get a little, I don't want to say tight, but it should start to work. Now we're going to take these fingers here and just kind of go little spiders into the ground right there. Now we don't really want to load into the hands. I just want you to use them as balancers, kind of like we're an airplane and just trying to keep even as you're going through a windy tunnel, if you ride airplanes through tunnels. And we're going to hold there. Then we're going to take this knee right here and start to force it into the ground. You're trying to physically push the floor away, okay? Push the floor away and start to ramp up your tension, okay? You should get to the point where your body is starting to shake a little bit, and no pain should be happening. It's just effort, okay? I have a little bit of a balance issue, so I need to use my fingertips. And now I'm done loading. And now I'm going to stand upright a little bit more and then lean in a little bit more. And you might notice that your range of motion actually gets better. Okay, that's a cool thing. So hang out in that new range of motion because it's a new range that hasn't explored in a while. So hang there, just chill. All right, give it about 10 seconds. And then we're going to load into the floor again. So push the floor. I want you to push the floor so hard that you're trying to leave a dent in the floor. If you're on a yoga mat, you should have a big old fat dent where your shin is right here on the floor, on the mat when you're done, okay? A lot of times people go too slack on these things and we don't actually load the area appropriately, okay? So that, we do the other side, spin around, do that same thing on the other side. And after that, we're going to start to actually put the hip through a little bit more movement. So eventually we're going to load into here. And then we're going to actually sweep and go here, okay? Down, lean, load it, try to break the yoga mat, sweep, break the yoga mat, and slow it all the way down, okay? Do about 5 reps of that per side, and then I think you're going to notice that your hips are going to start feeling pretty happy. Now, if you're looking for more guidance on my part, I have put together a little mini guide because I do get a lot of emails on this type of thing, which I'd love to help everybody. It's hard to help everybody. So what I decided to do was put a little document together of some of the best videos that I tend to recommend to people when they have hip conditions, but also ones I didn't create all the videos. I have some colleagues that have amazing videos on how to get the hips working properly again, so you can run, so you can bike, so you can jump, so you can play soccer. Because a lot of times people, sadly, they're afraid of reintegrating into their activity again. All right, we are very robust humans, okay? We're robust beings. Like, our body is resilient. Just like bones, they break, they get harder after, okay? Same thing with hips and all these other things. Like, you just have to expose it again to what you're attempting to do, but there's a slow graded exposure. So I'm gonna put the link to that thing up there. The mini guide is basically me taking you through those videos. It's not intended to be anything big and fancy, but it's all the stuff that most people are looking for my guidance, and just giving you the information that's already out there, but categorizing it for you, okay? There will be an advanced course probably at some point on hips, but I haven't had the time to make it yet, so this is the best I can do for now. If you guys like this, share it with a friend, okay? And see you guys next time.